quick introduction. Hi, I'm Brian. I've been doing conversion rate optimization since like 2015 or so. I started off as a A/B test engineer, and so I built a bunch of A/B tests and kind of saw stuff that worked, stuff that didn't, and then I just got interested in the strategy. So I've been doing that ever since. And my hope today, I have taken kind of a quick look at your sites, is that I can give you just a handful of suggestions, like a couple things to kind of go chew on and think about, and a couple things that you can just go confidently execute and say, okay, I'm going to make this change. I think this is an improvement. No downside. Let's go. Let's keep going. Like I said, these move fast. Appreciate everybody's patience. Routine, dailyroutine.co.
And we have Phil from Daily Routine.
Hey, hi, Brian.
How you doing?
Good. Thanks for taking the time to review our site.
I'm not really doing anything, but you're very welcome.
Yeah.
No, I mean, for real, it's important to call out, and like to everyone on the call, I'm doing my very best to come with suggestions that don't involve hiring a dev team to work for 6 months to get it done. But it's hard. It's hard to know, like, I don't know your resources. I don't know what you can and can't get done within the constraints of your theme and your team. So I hope, again, you can take away a couple of these things and go do them. I feel good about it. But I realize this is all easier said than done. So thanks for coming and listening, honestly. Okay, daily routine. Let's go. So this is kind of becoming a recurring theme, I guess. I could have said this at the top of the call and not just like dwell on it. But on initial page load, seeing this is a beautiful offer. I really like the way it's laid out. I really like that it's only asking for email too, as I mentioned a little while ago. That's a good move.
Yeah, and it's actually something we A/B tested a little while back. So we were only asking for email, and then we started doing some SMS marketing as well. And at that time, we added like the phone number with the email address in the same pop-up, and like the opt-in rate crashed like by over 50%. It was a huge drop. So what you were saying earlier, that like the more fields you have, like the less opt-ins you get, totally true. So now it's actually in 2 steps. So if you it's going to prompt for the phone number.
Okay, I lost your audio for a second. I think you said if I put in my email and
then it's going to ask for.
Okay.
So it's in 2 steps. So at least if you drop out and you don't put in your phone number, at least we get your email and we're going to be able to email market you.
Nice. Okay.
So that's the better way we found to actually do it.
Okay. Nice. That's great. That's great to hear. And I mean, so, going back to the form that I called out on Simply Granola, I mean, name is a lower friction input than phone number. It's less of a personal information. Like, I wouldn't expect it would have quite the same impact, but again, we got to think you're typing on mobile, you're typing on your phone. So the less typing you have to ask someone to do, the more people are going to have summon the energy to do it. So I'm curious now then, have you done some A/B testing on the form itself and the marketing channels? Have you done any A/B testing on the triggers and timing of this opt-in?
Actually, we haven't.
Okay.
We did note, like we did put a timer on the chat pop-up, and we noticed it was less intrusive if we put a timer. I think right now, like the optimal we found was about 50 seconds. Until like the chat widget pops out asking you if you have any questions. But for the email opt-in, we haven't, and it could be something to A/B test as well. Yeah. But the straight away pop-up, like so far, honestly, we're super happy with the results and the number of emails we get and the number of sales we generate afterwards from the emails.
Okay.
But
crucial.
But have you done any A/B testing on like a timer on the email opt-in pop-out on other sites? Have you seen?
Yeah, I have. Or I guess we've tested things like scroll trigger versus timer trigger versus second page view trigger. And perhaps predictably, second page view was way lower just because so few people make it to the second page on anyone's website. I have not actually tested, I would be curious to test, but I have not tested instantly on page load versus some sort of a delay, whether it's a scroll or a timer. But I guess as an advocate for the user, I sure hope that it's okay to have a delay. Because again, it's that like, I just clicked, I just landed, my first impression, and you're asking me for something. And like, if you give me just a minute to understand what you're offering, what the site's about before asking, I would hope that would work as well, if not better. But you know, I mean, cool. Only the data can tell us that, I guess. I would consider trying it though.
We'll test it.
Great, okay, love it, nice. Okay, so what else have I got here? Let's see, oh, yeah, I guess it was it the chat and oh yeah, so this, I guess, and so I don't know how frequent this is because I'm actually on a desktop using mobile mode, not on a phone. And so I had other tabs open. And so this took a minute to happen, but it did happen where it's just kind of the point where the whole screen is widgets. So I guess this is, you said, is on a timer. And while we're at it, let me just run through a couple other, let's see, I think this was on the menu. I opened the menu and I saw the pop-up cover the menu. And I think there might've been one other, oh, on the product page, when I first visited the product page and I scrolled down, it came on like just as I was hovering over the call to action on the product page. And so some tuning, I guess, for the opt-in, for the newsletter opt-in could make sense. And just to show what I'm talking about here, let's see, yeah, so, you know, I come down here and I was looking at this and that's when it covered up the page. And so I don't know if you might consider turning it off on the product page. You might have the data to tell you whether you get a lot of opt-ins on the product page and like, sorry, but it's got to stay. I'm not sure, but for sure, like my heuristic here is like, don't cover up the action you want people to take, I guess. And so that's a consideration here. But that's it. I'm done complaining about the newsletter opt-in. It sounds like you're going to test it. You're going to figure it out. And I'll be really curious to hear how that goes. So one quick suggestion, now I'm wondering if you've already tested it, but on this product page, this kind of, you know, opt-in to purchase page, consider maybe a sticky call to action footer, because there's a lot of information here. And I suspect that people are checking most of it out. And so if there's just a little, you know, sticky footer with a subscribe button, that's something I might test. I think as it is, you have to go all the way back to the top to do that.
We actually had one, and it was starting to take up quite some space with the chat, little chat widget as well. Yeah. And also, since we have a few options like the one-time purchase, subscription, or bundles, like the question was more like, what do you actually put in the sticky CTA at the bottom?
Yeah. Okay. So if I click this,
it brings you straight to checkout.
Oh, so I missed the options then. What are the options?
They're just like if you go back, they're just, if you scroll down just a bit.
Ah, I see. Okay. Yeah. All right.
These are.
I missed this entirely. 3 months supply, 2 months supply.
So we have in the subscribe and save and the buy now option.
Got you. What do you sell the most of?
Right now we sell the 3 months. Like that's the one we sell the most.
Got you. Yeah.
And it's about 50-50 the ratio of subscription or one-time purchase.
Including people who purchase and then become subscribers?
We got a few of them, but I wouldn't have, like, the 50-50 ratio is on the initial purchase. Okay. After a certain time, I don't have the data of like how many did actually convert. And this has actually been, it's always something, and we're even testing like new versions on other like custom landing pages where we haven't found, like, we don't think we've found the best recipe to kind of summarize all the options without getting like confusing for the customer. So and that's something like I wanted to ask you. What like, we have basically one SKU, but you can buy it in 6 different versions, so from 1 month to 3 months, and all of them as one-time purchases or subscribe and save options.
Let's see, so this is the 2 months, 3 months. Where's the 1 month? Is it on the
we actually, on that page now, we're testing like that. We're not selling the 1 month.
Got you. Yeah. Okay.
If we just sell the 1 month on a subscription, and we sell bundles as one time.
Got it.
And once again, I'm not sure like we were right in doing this, but we were trying to reduce the amount of choices we're giving the customers, because as at one point, like, what we've seen is giving options is a good thing, but at a certain point, if you give too many options, then the conversion rates, like, they tend to lower, because the customer has like is facing too many choices and just like hesitates too much, and then we lose him.
So 30 per month is the subscription rate. And then, I guess one thing I'm curious looking at this now is if I subscribe, how much do I save? Like, what is this, the savings for subscribing, or is that the buy now price?
That's the saving for subscribing.
Okay. So
and that's another thing like that we're actually like the regular prices, the way we display them would be like if you bought monthly, time by time, like as single purchases.
Okay.
Not, but definitely like there's some optimization to be done there, and we just launched a new landing page where it's more concise. I'll send you offline, like after the call, the link, and maybe you can quickly review and give us your feedback.
Yeah. I assume like subscription is what you want to make happen, right? Like in a perfect world.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess working from that perspective, what's enough options so there are choices, but not so many that it's overwhelming, that makes subscription look like the best deal would be the thing I would want to try. And so, I wonder about, gosh, I mean, there's so many combinations you should try, but I wonder about pitting the 3 month purchase. What's that? This one? 3 months for $70, or subscribe for $29.95 a month, cancel anytime. I usually tend to think choices are best in 3s, but because there's a lot going on here, I wonder if that's something I would consider, I guess. Like off the top of my head, I think that the higher price point for 3 month supply, or $29.95 a month, and just emphasize no commitment, cancel anytime.
Yeah,
I think that's the easiest choice to make. Because otherwise we're doing math about, okay, we'll wait 2 months and then divide by 2, and then 3 months divide by 3, and then how much is the one?
I know.
Yeah, I see it's hard. So I would think about just like you can subscribe and it's cheap, or you can order some and maybe the 2 month versus subscribe is just as good. Like you can buy 2 months supply for $50, or okay, so that becomes cheaper than the monthly subscription. Yeah, I would say like maybe a 2 month supply at a price that's higher than $60, which is 2 times this.
Yeah, just to drive towards the subscription.
Yeah. Or
Makes
even,
sense.
I don't know, like, I mean, you the economics, you have these in your head and I don't. Like, I don't know what the trade-offs are here, but even if it was just like a one-time purchase for 40, or subscribe and save for 30, and you only sell 1 unit at a time, I guess potentially disastrous, but from a user's perspective, easy choice, very clear what's on offer. Don't have to worry about month packs. I'm not sure. This is hard because like to test that effectively, you really got to let it run. Like you got to see how these people behave 2-3 months out. I don't envy you that challenge. Yeah.
No, and it takes a long time, and it's actually something we look at. Initially, when we launched last year, we were only selling like 1 month purchases, either as a one-time purchase or as a subscription.
Yeah.
And we launched at the beginning of 2021. We launched the bundles, and what's interesting there is like that our average customer lifetime increased with the multi-month subscription, and obviously the lifetime value of the customers even on the one-time purchases went up as well, because then if they only buy one time, our AOV went from $30 up to now we're hovering between 50 and 65 from week to week. So like we've basically we basically doubled our AOV. So it's been a great move, and now we just have to try and really convert the one-time purchases and push people towards a subscription where the LTV is about twice as much.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think the riskiest, kind of like the most aggressive thing that you could try then would be like, there's two options. There's the 3-month supply, single time purchase, or there's the subscription price, which is cheaper. And I don't know.
Yeah.
And like that's it. Like, so they're going to buy 3 months or they're going to subscribe, and that's win-win. And I guess the only way to lose there is if lots of people, like if you just see the conversion rate go down, that lots of people don't want either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's been gaining a lot of traction is actually the 3-month subscription. So they get 3 months at a time, like the bundle, but they're subscribed. So they're on subscribe and save every 3 months. We bill them $69.95, and that's actually, if we could sell that package to all the customers, that would be the best, because it's the larger AOV and it maximizes LTV. And for us, it's reduced shipping costs and fulfillment costs.
Got you. Okay, so that's another question. Is like, what would be the impact of if the 3-month pack was only available as a subscription? There's no one-time purchase. That just wasn't an option. What effect would that have on people's shopping behavior? That might be something I'd want to gather some data about.
Yeah.
Unless you already have it.
On the larger bundle, we have a lot of people that actually don't want to commit on a subscription, especially in Canada, because we sell in Canada and US, and people are much less inclined to do subscriptions in Canada. I don't know why. Like probably in the US, they're more used to it, but the Canadians typically will go for the larger saving with the big bundle, but on one-time purchases. And so far, like we have a few that they come back every 2 or 3 months and repurchase their bundle as a one-time purchase. But even though they know there's going to be a savings toward the subscription, they just don't want to subscribe. So that's why like we feel like we still have to offer the one-time purchase option on the bundles. So then like the puzzle becomes like that. All the options that we actually offer, which I still think we have too many, we don't know which one we can actually cut. Or do we skip the 2 months and then offer just 1 month or 3 months?
Yeah.
That's
that sounds almost like the only safe bet for both countries. But that does, I mean, like, I don't mean to make light of it. That simplifies things quite a lot. If, again, it's just like,
totally.
It's 2x2 choices, basically. Do I want 1 month or save by getting 3? And do I want a one-time purchase or save by subscribing? So that, I think that actually is a significant difference.
Right.
Now, fun challenge for your design team is how to present those options, because like as I said, I missed these options entirely. I just saw, okay, subscribe and say, like, let's go. What do I have to do?
But that's actually interesting that you really like completely missed out on them. So that means that we probably have other customers that totally miss out on them, and it's a very good point.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're at time here. Last call out, tiny thing, maybe anticlimax, but when I did click the CTA, I got this, congratulations, this is our best offer. And I just found it a little confusing language, I guess. Like I wasn't sure what it was in regards to. And it's red, so it looks like it could be an error. So I don't know if that could be worded more clearly or doesn't need to be there, or
Just
a
remove,
different font color. Yeah.
Yep.
But that's it. That's what I got. Hope you got something like you've done a lot of testing, so it shows, I guess, you know, like really good. I meant to talk about how much I love the homepage and the hero. Like it's really clear and it's brave because it talks about who this is for. And that's usually what I have to coach people on. It's like, you know, eliminate some people, rule some people out, you know. Your product's not for everyone. No product is for everyone. So yeah, it's good stuff. And the pricing thing is, yeah, that's a challenge.
Yeah, and it's like we only have one SKU, so it should be easy, but like all the different options from one single SKU make it a bit tougher to really optimize like the conversion rate. But I think, I mean, otherwise, have you seen anything else on the website that you'd optimize or you'd test?
No, really. Wait, let me double check my notes. I think. Oh, okay. The heading, the homepage heading. What is it? Be better.
Live better, be better. Yeah.
Live better, be better.
Yeah.
So the subheading I thought was fantastic. Let me just get it up here one more time. The subheading I thought was really like information packed, concise, clear. Like this is great. Like I read this and I know exactly who it's for, and I love that. This could be something worth playing with, I guess. And I thought, you know, I wanted to ask you about like, what is the transformation? Like, how does this change my life? A lot of the reviews mention like IBS. I don't know if you want to lead with that.
Yeah.
But if you want to hint at it, if that is typically what drives women to this site, this could be like a split test where you try like 5 different headlines and just you know, basically look for people to get deeper into the site as a success metric. Could be interesting to try. And yeah, something that calls like just more specific, maybe better,
more,
you know,
yeah.
better in what area? How is my life different after I opt in? And there's lots of great review language to pull that from. So
yeah,
that's something I would try. But it's really good.
All right.
It's in a good, beautiful product image.
Thanks.
Yeah, and I really do like your idea of like having talked it through, cutting out the 2-month, and then that's significantly fewer choices to make. So
we'll give it a try, and we can let you know in a few months.
Yeah, I'd love to hear it.